Cutters, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, hello, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion / hot take. Basically, this one is all about, this is more of a hot take than a unpopular opinion, if you will. This is about Anya being a very underrated character, and basically, Anya was one of the most outrageous characters to be taken advantage of. When you look at Anya in her Degrassi life, it's like, do you cheer for her or do you hate her? Now, Anya was basically portrayed more so in season 8 that basically she was a follower of Holly J. She wore the same outfits as Holly J. She stepped by Holly J. and she basically was Holly J's mouthpiece in a sense. In season 9, when Allie makes that face range page about Holly J and all that, insulting Holly J, and how she seemed to be the queen bee and basically got what she wanted. She was forced to apologize to Holly J and all that. Now, Holly J didn't call the cops. Her parents did. But basically, Holly J was in bed and all that. Anya said, basically, you made my life terrible and you're upset. And then she turns to Anya and says, Anya, get her out of here. And Anya tries to obey her and all that. It sickens me. It's like basically Anya is Holly J's right-hand woman. But basically, she's been taken advantage of. I guess with Anya's home life and all that, and her self-worth being terrible, that she was willing to be Holly J's partner, basically trying to belong and all that. When you get a character who basically has done some horrible things, well, dating her mother's doctor, all that, because Anya lied about being in college. I think Anya just wanted a relationship so badly. And Sav wasn't going to help her out one iota with their relationship, as it seemed. That, she had a decent path and all that. But it sickened me how Holly J took advantage of Anya. And basically when Anya stands up to Holly J that one time and asks Holly J, why do you bully me all the time? Holly J says, because you never say anything. Basically, Holly J was just trying to get out of it. Holly J should be blamed for Anya's despair and all that, because she seems to control Anya in such a way, especially when Holly J was desperate to try to win the student council presidency in season 10 and basically wanted Anya to lie about being pregnant with Sav's baby to try to throw Sav off because that's her point. However, Anya and Sav turn it around on Holly J and basically say that, they miscarried. And then they got the sympathy vote and Sav beat Holly J. And I think that's when Holly J got pissed off that Anya would go against her. I mean, why would Anya basically let Holly J bully her and all that? It's just sickening and all that. It reminds me of Paige and Hazel. I mean, Hazel was a decent character, but it seemed like Hazel was always going to be known as the as the right-hand woman of Paige, and basically how Paige treats Hazel terribly. And of course, you might have the feeling that, it's a race issue. It's not a race issue. It's just basically a queen bee issue with Paige. She wants to be the queen bee. She doesn't like anyone standing in her way. And, Heather Sinclair was there too. I feel like Paige basically, was terrible in all that towards Hazel. Hazel didn't get too many big storylines on her own. Like, she got that International Day thing. But basically, yeah, it seemed like the only one. Although it was the first for a minor character to get the main plot. And then, of course, Hazel's with Jimmy, and Hazel's upset when Jimmy paints a picture that looks like Ellie, and basically thinks that Jimmy's thinking about Ellie, even though that Jimmy's just trying to paint a picture. And she basically says, I know you're a chicken to say this, Jimmy, so I will. Let's break up. Yeah, and somebody even said that Jimmy emotionally cheats on his partner and all that. I think he emotionally cheats. Not physically, but emotionally. Well, physically, I know you can make the saying that, oh, he's in a wheelchair. People can still have a love life in a wheelchair. And he's not paralyzed from the neck down. He's paralyzed from the waist down. Regardless, I personally think that Anya was a decent person, but people just may have a hatred because she basically was protecting Holly J. I know Holly J had the redemption storyline mostly after the Facebook thing, but also because she had kidney problems because she ignored a strep throat because she was working too hard, and then Holly J finds out that she's adopted. Her real mother wants $2,000 for that, even though that it's illegal to have it to sell a kidney, but it's mostly because she needs that money because with two kids and all that, she can't work and all that. But Fiona saves the day. But yeah, I personally hated Holly J for being bossing on, especially to Anya. I just can't get past that. And the worst part is Anya let it happen. I mean, yeah, you can blame Holly J, but also Anya let it happen. It's like when we watch those episodes, it's like when does Anya actually start to get on Holly J, protect herself from Holly J? It was because of the student election in season 10. Basically, Anya and Sav basically realized that, they can't let the bad guy win, that being Holly. So, yeah. Of course, someone did a Degrassi post a couple weeks ago and said that I will forever be angry about how Sav and his parents treated Anya and all that. Now, to explain, Sav and Anya were having a relationship and all that. I think was it the same it was the same episode as when Claire was upset that the check was expelled Connor for being different. So basically, yeah. So Sav brings Anya with his parents, and basically Anya says that I'll read the Quran, I'll do whatever it takes to be Muslim and all that. And they said, well, we don't care about you. We don't like it. All that. A lot of people said that, Anya stayed with Sav, but kept getting mistreated. And somebody said that I always felt Anya got shit on because she never got the nerve to stand up on her own. I was happy to see her story end like that. She was a good person, but just lost. Yeah, anyway, a new. So, anyway, somebody even said that Anya was terrible. She ignored the clear signs of toxicity with Sav, had sex with Sav out of jealousy, and then lied about using protection, and then tried to make him jealous so he could take her back, and then admitted to manipulating him like it's no big deal, and then lied to him in the entire school about being pregnant, and then lied about having a miscarriage. Not to mention the Dr. Chris arc. Yeah, like Anya was jealous of Sav and his arranged bride and all that because in the Muslim faith, and I thought, well, they're Indian. I thought they were so basically, they have arranged marriages too. They're manipulating like it's no big deal. Although what this person put was it was kind of wrong because Anya was told to lie about having Sav's kids so that Holly J can win the election, but it backfired. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Sav even had a fling with Holly J. That's right. In season 10. And then Sav's parents accepted Holly J because they thought that Holly J had potential and all that. And then Ali ran away, and then they realized they were too strict. You know. So basically, yeah, Sav grew as a person and all that. I don't really know if she did because I mean Sav and Miss I mean, she's yeah, yeah. It just sucks about Anya, because basically She's doing her best to be loved and all that, and basically people just manipulate her and all that. But the good news with Anya is that she got out of this situation. She got into a new environment, the military, that basically, I know it seems bad because, she's taking orders, but at least she's got the discipline needed. And that's all there is to it. I personally think that Sav basically used Anya for his own gain. And, his parents and all that. I mean, it's wrong. Sav hiding the fact that he has a date with Anya, basically behind his parents' back. I know Sav did a lot of things behind his parents' back because it seemed to be not really Canadian, if you will. But yeah. Yeah, I think Anya deserved better. And Sav should have realized that instead of being with Holly J or being with Miss O. Sav, I don't think, really had a happy ending. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.